Well, very pleased to be joined now by the head coach of the Terps, DJ Durkin. Coach, when we were here a year ago, everything was new to you. Now you're a year into it. Where do you think you've made the biggest strides in that time?
Right, I think just learn how to practice. I mean, when I know you guys just here watching us practice, I think our guys have a really good idea of the tempo, how we do things. It's crisp. We're on the field a less amount of time right now. We get more done in a shorter amount of time just because they understand what we're looking for. So that's been the biggest thing so far. I mean, today was practice number 6. So I've been really pleased with that so far.
Something that looks like you've made a lot of progress in is the line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively. How close are you to where you want to be at the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, Coach, I think when you look at our ones out there, I mean, we're pretty close. I like where we're at. I think we got a group on both sides of the ball that we can go line up and be where we need to be in this conference. What we're trying to do now is build that depth. And so we have some talented guys, some young guys, and I think the hardest position to play right away is on the line of scrimmage when you're a freshman. And so, it's just building our depth now at those spots, and we're going to keep giving those guys 1,000 reps and, see if we can get them ready.
You talk about the line of scrimmage that Coach Donaldo just asked you about, but I think physically, overall, your team looks much bigger. Did they change anything in the offseason?
Yeah, we had Coach Cord, our strength coach. He was with us from day one, but we now had a full off season altogether, and I mean it's made a real difference. It's made a difference in our guys. They feel different. There's a different confidence level about them. Rick does an outstanding job with those guys. And, yeah, I mean, when you look at our team, I'm glad you said that. When you're standing on the sideline watching them, they look different.
Yeah. Other than knowing the practice schedule and the practice plan and what people call the culture, what else are you most pleased with after 1 year?
I just think on offense, we're in a much better spot right now to be more than one-dimensional. I think we ran the ball really effectively last year at times. It's hard to sustain that all the time when you play some good defenses, as we're always going to, and, you're not two-dimensional. We struggled to throw the ball last year. So I think now, we're deep at the running back position. I think we have really good schemes and good linemen up front that we can still run the ball effectively. But the difference is I really feel we can throw the ball vertically down the field, and that's going to help us big time.
What's going to be some of the keys to be able to have that success on both sides of the football going into this year?
Yeah, obviously at the quarterback position, it starts there with having, a guy back there making good decisions, making the throws down the field. Outside at the receiver spot, I think DJ Moore is doing really well, having a great camp. I think, he's as good as there is around there. It's great having Tavon Jacobs back and healthy. I mean, he makes a difference. He's got great speed, and he's a hard cover one-on-one. And so offensively, those guys will all help us be able to throw the ball down the field. And then, defensively, it's really just our guys have a much better understanding of the scheme. We can do more things now because they understand it. And I don't think it's fair to put a team on the field and try and do things they don't understand. They're confused. So, we kept the schemes probably a little closer to the vest last year, and I think it'll help us be more multiple this year.
At what point do you want to make a decision on the quarterback? And let me just say, I mean, from my perspective, just among the four of us, now seems as good a time as any, right?
Breaking news right here.
I mean, why not?
So, I think, like, more than just setting a time schedule, like, by this date we want to know it. I mean, obviously, to me, the sooner the better, but the players are going to decide that. I think when there's going to be separation made, the way we've set up practice is guys are getting different reps by day with the ones, with the twos, and so it's divided up equally to kind of show what you can do, at least for now till our first big scrimmage, kind of at the end of the week. And then from there, we start making decisions of, okay, who's going to rep where, and they'll decide it. I mean, that's the beauty of having a competitive practices and going out there and doing it. The players they'll decide. It's our job to evaluate and watch it, but they're going to decide who plays.
Do you think you'll make a public announcement when you have someone, or do you feel like that uncertainty for your opponent's point of view helps you going into the opener against Texas?
That can go either way. I mean, if we're... It just depends on where we are. If I feel we have a guy who's clear-cut going to be the guy I'm playing, then we'll announce it. If we're taking that into game week, which maybe we will, then we won't. We'll just, we'll play it as it comes. I think some of those things are overstated. I don't know. We're not going to do anything drastically differently based on who the quarterback is.
Last thing I want to ask you, beautiful new facility here. What difference has this made for you in terms of recruiting and just running the day-to-day operations of the program?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's just, it's hard to measure that. I mean, recruiting, we've made great strides already, just being able to walk families through and see this. They can really sense and feel the commitment that this university has towards the football program and making this thing be successful and win championships. And really, it's really affected our players. I mean, I think that's one of the things more than most people realize. our players, like, we ask a lot of these guys. There's a lot of demands on them. They're doing a lot for this program, investing a lot in it. And when they see a return on that investment, when they walked in here for the first time and saw, oh my gosh, you know, like you see it being built, but they weren't in it. When they walked in, it was amazing. I really think it's affected our team in a positive way.
Head coach of the Terps, DJ Durkin. Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, guys. Thanks, Coach.